Hey guys, it's Slender, and today I've got something a little bit different. I'm going to do a leveling guide. It's going to be short, it's going to be quick, but it's going to be to the point, and let's just get right into it. I have so many people in my company that are wondering, hey, Slender, you put out all these videos on this and all this end game stuff, but we're a low level. We need to level up before we can do all that stuff. And I never even thought to really do a leveling guide because there's so many of them out there. But as I watch these leveling guides, they're just, I don't know, they hit a lot of points that we already know. We already know do your main story quest. Hello. We already know do all the side quests in the area. We already know, these basic fundamental things that are going to be in the same in every MMO, or most of them anyway. So I'm just going to give you guys a couple of quick tips that are actually big. They make a big difference. They're important, and it's stuff that I wish I was told when I first started playing this game. So if you're brand new to the game, sit back. I'm going to give you guys some tips, and hopefully this is going to help you out and get you to level a little bit faster and get to that end game, because I'm telling you, the end game is so much fun. So without further ado, this is my number one tip, or one of the things that you don't really get told about, and that's the map icons. So any icon that looks like this right here is a quest that you haven't got yet. It's a quest that's available. So you can go there, you can pick them up, and in the beginning, guys, I suggest get all these quests. Every quest that you can get, just pick it up. You can't overfill your quest log. Yes, it gets messy and it's hard to, sift through all the stuff sometimes, but get all the quests that you can. I'm sure that might have been said before, but yes, get all the quests that you can, side quests, main quests, everything. Now, these hollow quests, these hollow diamonds or, squares, they're quests that are available. These are all available, and I have not gotten any of these quests yet. Now, the yellow ones are quests that we already have in our journal. So, for example, Snaggletooth. If I go into my journal, I could find Snaggletooth. And there it is. Now, another tip is you don't want to have all your quests pinned. Some of them get pinned automatically. You can unpin them. You can pin new quests. You don't want to have that top right of your area right here full of quests, because it's not gonna help you stay organized. It's not gonna help you keep track of anything. What you want to do is, if you can, unpin all your quests and just pin the main story quests and any quests that are in the same area. You want to knock out chunks of quests in the same areas. You don't want to go here and then run all the way to Monarchs and then run all the way to Reekwater and do all that random stuff. Get a bunch of quests, get them all in one big section, and knock all those out. Okay? So these are the quests that we already have. These teal looking diamond things, that's a quest that's completed. You need to go here to turn that in. Okay? Those are completed quests. And any of the blue quests are all PvP quests, like these up here. These are all PvP quests. They give you good experience. This is a completed quest. So that's what the icons are for. These are also PvP quests. And I would do a variety of all of them. Another tip is do your town board quests. Yes, this has been repeated over and over. I know it has, but it is important. Now, you're not going to want to go to your town board and do all of them, but I would accept all of them. And your town board looks like this icon right here, town project board. These do give you really good experience. Grab all of them. And when you're crafting, when you're gathering, don't use up all your really expensive materials to get these done. Some of them are going to require star metal ingots. Don't do those. Those are expensive. You want to sell those, or you want to use those for crafting, and it takes a lot of them. But simple stuff like stone block, these quests that have you make something, like it's going to put it in your like the weaponsmithing and the armoring stuff. These are going to put recipes in your recipe list when you go to that said crafting station. So I just got a weaponsmithing and I got an armoring. I'm going to show you how to do the armoring one really quick, because these do give you really good experience. And in the beginning, it's crucial. You want to get those levels as fast as you can. So I accepted one of the armoring quests, and we're going to go over to the forge where you do your armoring stuff. And these are all quests. Some of these are higher level, like the Executioner, the Battles, Embrace Boots. But the one I just got, Bruising Crude Iron Armaments. It requires minimal stuff. It's all tier 1 stuff: green wood, rawhide, iron ore. Get these done. They give you really good experience. Okay. And that's going to bring me to one of my other points that I wanted to touch on is crafting and gathering. Don't skip out, guys. Do the crafting, do the gathering as you go. If you just focus on nothing but quest and grinding, you're going to get burned out. It's not going to be fun. So do a variety. And I'll tell you what, cooking, armor smithing, just gathering resources, skin everything. Skin every single animal that you can. Even if it's not something that you killed and you see it laying there, skin it. Go skin that thing. You're going to get experience. And by the time you hit 60, your skinning's going to be at 200. And another big tip that I want to touch in that same category, when you get to 60, if you haven't done all your refining stuff, like your weaving, your skinning, your smelting, your wood cutting, you're not going to be able to make a lot of money. In order to make money in this game, you need to have your refining stuff. You need to have your gathering skills. You need to have your crafting stuff. That's how you make money in this game. You cannot just make money selling gear that you pick up from the world. It doesn't work that way. There's things that you can make. For example, you're going to hear people talking about cooldowns. Hey, I want to buy your cooldowns. Or hey, I want to buy Asmodium. There's 3 or 4 or 5 different cooldowns in this game. And what I mean by cooldowns is the very end tier crafting materials that you can make by refining your mats and doing all that stuff are very expensive to buy and sell. And the reason is there's a time gate. You can only craft 10 per day. So for the smelting, it's called Asmodium. And you can only make 10 per day. And they're going for 450 gold a piece. You're not going to be able to do this unless you have 200 smelting. You're not going to be able to make this, the rune stone. Rune stone's the stuff for at the stone cutting table. Only 10 a day. And they're going for 100 and something a piece. The leatherworking stuff is called runic leather. The weaving stuff is called phoenix weave. And all these materials, you can only make 10 per day if you are maxed out in that refining skill. And it's a big money maker. You want to be able to get those made as soon as you hit 60. I mean, it's huge. And it's going to be required in all the high level, weapon smithing recipes, armoring recipes, all that stuff. So that's just a tip, not necessarily going to help you level up faster. Refining does. Like if you go out and you're doing quests and you come across a big giant thing of a whole bunch of iron up in the hills, get all of it. When you mine stuff, you get experience. When you skin stuff, you get experience. And I'm not talking about skinning experience and mining experience. You do get those, but you're going to get player experience as well, and a lot of it. So anything that you come across, hemp that you can pick, iron ore that you can mine, leather that you can skin from the animals, do it all. It's all going to be extra experience. Now, one other thing I want to talk about, and this is a big one, is your faction quests. And I'm going to go over to the faction person right now, and I'm going to show you. So when you have a bunch of quests grouped up in one spot, like I have over here, I have a couple quests that I could get. Or you know what, up here, I have 3 different PvP quests up here. You see these blue ones? So let's say I'm leveling up and I have these 3, but I also have a couple yellow quests and maybe a main story quest all in this area. You want to do all those and get them all knocked out at once. And here's the faction person where you get said, PvP quests and faction quests. There's PvP ones at the bottom, and there's PvE faction quests at the top. And you'll see you get 570 experience, 7.94 coins, blah, blah, blah. You get reputation. Well, when you're doing quests, every day you have a daily bonus. And this bonus applies to faction quests and regular quests. And what this bonus does is it gives you extra experience. It gives you 10 times the gold for that quest. It gives you extra reputation. So you get 3 of those. The first 3 quests that you turn in per day, if you have this bonus available, is going to give you extra experience and extra gold. Lots of extra gold, 10 times the amount of gold. So if I were to do this quest, since I have these three bonuses available, I would get 79 gold for that instead of 7.9. So the quests that give you the most experience and gold, you want to turn those in first when you start the day, when you start gaming, when you start questing. Make sure your three first quests that you turn in aren't little measly quests that don't give you very much experience, because you're going to lose out on a big bonus. In fact, that's also something that I want to talk about. So another big, huge, now this is the number one tip I have for you guys that's going to help you a lot. And this is huge. I can't state how important this is. You have to do your dungeons. You have to do your expeditions. The expedition quests that you get give you so much experience. I cannot overstate it. It gives you so much. That's how I leveled up so fast. And that's how my wife leveled up so fast. We would do dungeons all day long. Yes, the way dungeons work in this game is kind of different. You have to have these tuning orbs to get in these dungeons, and I don't even have any right now. But for each dungeon in the game, I'm going to show you a couple of them. In Everfall, you've got Starstone Barrows. That's a level 35 dungeon. The first dungeon you're going to do, or expedition, is level 25, and it's called Amrine Excavation. Each dungeon that you do is going to have like a little NPC guy that offers a repeatable quest for that dungeon. And when I say repeatable, I mean every time you go into this dungeon, you could get this quest, complete it, and then turn it in. You're going to get other quests for these dungeons that are not repeatable. Like your first time in a dungeon, the first time you're going to get an Amrine quest is along the main story. And as you level up, a couple other quests will open up in the town, and it's going to say something about Amrine, and that's going to tell you that's a dungeon quest. But when you go here, and I'm going to show you right now. Actually, I'm going to go teleport there right now and show you guys what I'm talking about. And while I'm teleporting over there, I just want to reiterate, do these dungeons as many times as you can in a day. I'm telling you, it's the best experience in the game to level up your player. Now, and the reason I mentioned it is because if you have these quests for these dungeons and you turn those in, for the first quest of the day, you're going to get so much more experience. They already give you, let's say a regular quest gives you about 500 experience, like a side quest, a main story quest, 500 experience. When you get these dungeon quests, especially the repeatable, like the daily ones, they give you like 20,000, 15,000, not 500. That's how big they are. It's a huge chunk of experience, and you do not want to be missing out on that. You don't want to get all the way to 60 and realize, oh, I've got all these tuning orbs, which is a key to getting in a dungeon. Yes, you have to have one. I've got all these tuning orbs, and I haven't done any of these dungeons. I've got so many people that I've talked to that said, there's 60, we're doing wars, we're doing invasions, and they say, hey, I've never even done depths. I've never even done Starstone. That's terrible. That's so much experience that they missed out on. And, no wonder they got to 60 late. So what the absolute biggest way to get experience in this game for your player is by doing dungeons and turning in the quests for them. Now, you can get quests for a dungeon in many different ways. So I'm going to show you when I go to Amrine here. This is the entrance to the dungeon. There's going to be a quest, and it's right here. It's called it's an NPC called Barkamedes, and he's a little dog, like a wolf, and he wants bones from this dungeon. You can go here and accept this quest, get the quest, go in the dungeon, gather his bones, complete the dungeon, which already gives you tons of experience, and then when you get out, you could turn in this quest, more bones for Barkamedes. And when you turn it in, like I said, it's huge. It's such a big chunk. You're going to see your experience bar just go whew, and get like half a level. It's insane. And I just want to stress the importance of getting these quests. Another way that you can get the quests for the dungeons is just by doing quests around the city. So if the dungeon or expedition is in Windsward, like Amrine is, go to Windsward Town and go grab all the quests in the town, and you'll get some for that dungeon or expedition. Another place that you can get quests for those expeditions, and I'm sorry for saying dungeon, I'll try to say expedition. They're both the same thing. Sorry if I confuse you. But go to the faction board, and you'll see I've got two different quests for Amrine. And they give me, look how much experience, 1,230. If I see how I have this daily bonus, 3 out of 3. If I go and run Amrine right now, because I have these 2 quests, go run it right now, I'm going to be able to turn these in and get so much more experience than 1,230. It's huge. And another thing, let's say I don't have these quests, they're not available, there's no Amrine, because these change all the time. What you're going to want to do is grab one of these quests and then cancel it. Are you sure you want to abandon your current mission? Yes. And in 4 more minutes, another quest is going to pop up, and it may be another Amrine excavation quest. So you can have 3 of them. On top of these 1, 2, or 3 Amrine quests, you can go over to Amrine, which I'm going to do right now. And you can also accept the daily, the repeatable quests. So there's going to be 3 quests right there on top of the main story quest that tells you, okay, now it's time to go to Amrine. We're going to give you a quest. So that's going to be 4 quests. And one other tip, if you do the story missions and even some of the side missions, you're going to get free tuning orbs. Those are the keys to enter the dungeons. You're going to get them for free just by following the main storyline. And I'm going to unflag for PvP. And yeah, each quest, each expedition, I think you get 2 free orbs for each one as long as you do your storyline quest and your side quest. So don't skip any. Get them all. If you have a quest that takes you way out in the boonies and you don't have any other quests there, no, it's not important to run all the way out there just because Slender said get every single quest, do every single quest. No. Do them in groups. Don't run all the way out in the middle of nowhere just to get one quest done. That's not how it works. It's not efficient. That's not the way you're going to level up quickly. Get all the quests, accept every quest, and do them in groups, and never skip dungeon quests. Never. There's too much experience that you're going to be missing out on. And before, when I was talking about pinning your different quests, one easy way to pin these is to just highlight the quest. So let's see, I've got one here, right here. So you could tell it's not pinned because it's just like an empty box. If it was pinned, it would have a little thumbtack on it. So we're going to go ahead and pin this one. It's called New Growth. You just highlight it and pin it. Now it's going to appear at the top right, and you could track it. Tracking quests is very nice, especially if you are tracking all the quests in one area. And it gets really confusing on what you have to do if you're not tracking it, if it's not pinned. And to unpin it, you just highlight it again and click unpin. So what you want to do is you want to unpin all the quests that you have that are irrelevant. So I'm going to unpin this one. I'm going to look for any others that are pinned, like this one. I'm going to unpin that one. I'm going to unpin this one. And I think that might be all of them. And I'm going to show you why. And this is still... Oh, okay. Let's get out of here. Maybe we have to update it. Oh, wow. Wow, you guys actually get to see the meteor shower. That's so cool. I love it. Man, it's gonna suck when this event goes away because they're so cool, the way they sound, the way they look. But anyway, we're getting off topic. I'm sorry. So yeah, you want to pin all the quests that are in the same area. You don't want to have them scattered. You don't want to have a bunch of random ones pinned that don't matter. So right now I've got, I don't think I can unpin the completed one, but now I've got the 2 quests for Amrine pinned up at the top right so I can keep track of them. Because you'll go in a dungeon and if it's not pinned, you don't know if the quest is complete. You might have missed a bone here or there. You have to pick them up. So we're going to do both of these and accept both quests. All right. So now we have, look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4 for Amrine. Or that might be for a different one. But anyway, look at all these quests. Yeah, there's 3 of them. There's Starstone also has a bone quest for this dog. He's actually a quest giver for both dungeons. So I know it's kind of confusing, but now I am ready to rock. I have 3 quests. You're going to have more because you have some from the main storyline. And now I'm going to go in there. And when I knock this dungeon out and get all these quests turned in, you're probably going to get a full level like that. It's really, really cool. So that's all I want to do about talking about the dungeons. I know I beat the hordes to death, and I'm sorry. I just wanted to show you guys how important it is to do these dungeons. That's how I got probably 75% of my levels, is just by doing these expeditions over and over and over. Um, so yeah, do the story. You're going to have to do the main storyline. Um, you're going to have to do all the quests to progress and be able to do some of this end game stuff to get your free dungeons, tuning orbs, and all that. So yeah, main story, get your side quests, do the town boards, do the PvP quests, and do those expedition quests. And I went over the daily bonus. So the first 3 quests you turn in are going to give you extra experience. Crafting and gathering. Crafting and gathering gives you a lot of experience. People kind of underestimate it, especially the cooking. As you're leveling up and you're skinning, you're going to pick up cooking ingredients. And these cooking ingredients are going to give you the ability to cook and get experience. And it's a lot. I mean, when you're skinning, every time you skin a wolf, every time you skin a bear when you're out there questing, you're getting the materials, for skinning. You're also getting food materials. So you always want to be getting those, because cooking, when you go in there and you start making all these different things and unlocking new recipes, you're going to see that you're getting player experience as well. It's crazy, and it's a lot. It all adds up. If you can knock out 50 or 100 pieces of food, you're probably going to get a quarter of a level. So really, really important to get the cooking stuff, the gathering stuff. Again, guys, it's how you get a lot of experience. Also, when you're flagged for PvP, you get a bonus for experience as well. So you don't have to. I don't know if that's the greatest idea. Being flagged, puts you at risk. You're going to have to restart the PvP missions. You're going to have to go back to town and res. So being flagged, I don't know if that's the best thing to do, but it does give you an extra, bonus experience amount. So, if you're on a lower pop server, maybe that's a good idea. If you're on a higher pop server, I don't know. I probably wouldn't, but I just want you to know you can get more experience if you're PvP flagged. So other than the town boards, other than the crafting, the gathering, the refining, the daily quest, the dungeons, those are the main big tips I have for you guys. It really is. Make sure you have big groups of quests to turn in. Make sure when you're in dungeons you have those quests pinned, because I can't tell you how many times I've done a dungeon and I didn't have my quest pinned, and I forgot a couple bags that had bones in them, like they're just laying on the ground. Happens all the time. And you can't just run these dungeons anytime you want. You have to have a key, and you can only get 2 keys. To craft these keys to get in these expeditions, which again is the best way to get experience, is you have to have stone cutting. You have to have crafting. You have to find the materials, and it's a pain in the butt. They're hard to do. They're hard to craft. So I guess that leads me to my last tip. When doing these dungeons, once you run out of your 2 free orbs, your tuning orbs to get in the dungeon, use peoples. Make a tank. Make a healer class. Make those classes and practice those classes just to get in these expeditions, because there's so much experience. So have an extra set of healer gear. Have a stupid life staff. You don't need to be the best. You just got to get through the dungeon. And if you're a tank or a healer, no, it may not be the funnest role to play, but it's going to get you in these dungeons. People are always looking for tanks and healers. DPS are a dime a dozen. And if you could fill one of those spots, you're going to get yourself into a dungeon. And you're going to come out with a lot of experience, because now you know which quests to get, where to get them, where to find them, how important they are. And you'll see. It's going to give you big time boosts in leveling. So those are my tips to level up quick in this game. It's huge. The main thing, expeditions, and more expeditions. So I hope you guys have found this useful. If you have any quests, if you have that you don't understand how to do, if you are trying to figure out how to complete a quest or a dungeon quest, go to New World Database. NewWorldDatabase.com. I'm going to put a link in it down below. But it's a great resource for finding out, what mission objectives you need to do. The people comment on there on like how to complete a certain mission. People comment on, tips for doing the missions. newworlddatabase.com. I'm going to put a link in the description, and you guys could go there. You just type in the name of the quest and it will pop up for you and tell you exactly what to do, where to go, where the NPC is to turn it in, you know, if you get confused. And that's all I've got for you guys. So, you know I didn't touch on absolutely everything, but those are the big things that are really going to help you out. I have over 1,400 hours in this game. I know what I'm talking about. I've been there. I've done the grind. It's not that bad. It is going to be a grind if you just kill monsters and just do the main storyline. No, you do not want to do that. You want to tap into everything, because there's many ways to get experience. This game is great the way they did that. You can just craft your whole way to level 60. You really can. But break it up, break up the monotony, try different things. And yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything, let me know in the comments. If you guys have tips that I missed that are big tips that are going to really help people out, let me know in the comments. As usual, you know, I'll take everything. Flames, trolls, I'll take it all. I really like interacting with you guys. And if you have anything that you want me to put out in the future, stuff to help you out, maybe things I missed, other how-to videos, let me know. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for staying, and have a great day, guys. Take it easy.